Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aquarius for the month of December. Now, do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aquarius, let's go ahead and get into this reading here for you, where we will be taking a look at this final month of the year, December 2025. I do hope that the month of November was good to you. I do hope you end the year on a bang. I do hope the month of December is good for you here, Aquarius. But with that said, let's go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, get right into it for you. Good thing about this reading is it is releasing, well, right after the final retrograde of the year. So that is behind us. Mercury retrograde is behind us. We do have some like Neptune going direct in December. We've got some other stuff like obviously full moon, new moon, just some changing of like Mars, Mercury, you know, the basic stuff, right? Basic movements. Neptune direct's pretty good, but overall I would say it's pretty good in terms of the astrology for December. And with that said, let's go ahead and I think we're good. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so love to see the Wheel of Fortune for you here. I'm going to say right off the bat that be careful of missing out on an opportunity, because with the Wheel of Fortune in December, okay, because the universe here, God, whatever you put meaning to, is really trying to bless you with something when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, right? This says that your destiny could be arriving. All right, it could also say that like kind of like luck is on your side. You're getting a bit lucky. You know, it could mean that there's like a golden opportunity, so to speak. Wheel of Fortune is definitely like the golden opportunity card. Happenstance, anything that happens by happenstance, these sorts of things can show up with the Wheel of Fortune. And the thing is, though, that it's easy to miss the opportunity provided by the Wheel of Fortune because the wheel always spins. Okay, the wheel keeps spinning, right? It's not there forever. The Wheel of Fortune implies that it's not there forever. So the window is open now, or it could be opening here for you in December, but be careful of, you know, just know that it may not be there forever. Yeah, so there's something around like missing an opportunity or being careful that you don't, you know, basically see the forest for the trees is kind of what I'm trying to say. Like here was the immediate vibe I was getting from that Wheel of Fortune. Okay, now you definitely have a good reading here, Aquarius. Definitely some really good signs here. I do see that some of you are overworking. Okay, some of you are exhausted. Some of you are workaholics, so to speak. Some of you are wanting to achieve work-life balance in December to close out the year, and it may be hard for you to do that right now, okay, based on the cards here. And could there be a new path that is opening up for you here in the future that will allow you to achieve some balance? Possibly, actually, possibly. In fact, it may already be available, okay? But there's something that you're seeing here. There's something that's, this new path may be available, but there's something that is present right now with you, making it hard to see that it is available, okay? So I'm going to try to break down what that means. You know, you have this blindfold energy here, okay? In other words, what I was trying to say is there's this blindfold that is found on the cards. So you get the idea, right? Not being able to see the path, even though the path is there. So right away in the middle, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, this is going to be an important card in this reading. The Ten of Wands, this person is overworked. Okay, this person's overworked. As you see here, they're holding the wands on their back. They're walking uphill, right? It is a card of hard work. It is a card, to me, when I see this, it usually means that I'm talking to somebody who has a really strong work ethic. You know, really strong work ethic, which is a great virtue to have. It's a great, you know, ability, skill, virtue, whatever you want to call it, behavior to have. The problem for this Ten of Wands here is that the devil is below it, okay? And this is where, like, I'm a huge fan of hard work. I'm a huge fan of people who, you know, do their best to work hard every day. Really am, because I think that eventually that ends up paying off. I really believe that. However, there's like a point, right, where it dips into, okay, this is now becoming a problem for me, right? Like I'm working too much. I have no balance, right? It's affecting my health. It's affecting my relationships. These sorts of things, right? That is what I often see with the Devil and the Ten of Wands, right? That combination is no work-life balance, or there's something that maybe if you're not working, there's something that you're overdoing, right? Like I know, people ask me, what about retirees? I try to bring in messages. It's just sometimes hard. Okay, so for retirees, maybe you're overdoing something. Maybe there's something that you're overdoing, or if you're unemployed, like you're not ready to retire, you're unemployed, you're trying to find a job. Like, is there something that is you're going overboard on something? We're gonna find out. So in the first column here, you have the Death card, the Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant. All right, so I definitely like this. You have the Death card, positive card from my end in the tarot, because it represents an important transformation in life or an important change that is going on. The thing about the Death card that's scary is that usually once you go through the door is shut, right? That's the idea of the Death card. So transformation's good. Change can be good, okay? It's really what you make of it. And the thing is, though, that this idea of like going from the caterpillar to the butterfly, well, the caterpillar can't be a caterpillar again because now it's a butterfly, right? The butterfly can't go back to being a caterpillar. So the idea of the Death card is like, yeah, that part of it's scary. Once the change is initiated, once it's you undergo the change, like that the implication with the Death card, what the Death card implies is that there's no going back type deal. So that's the scary part of the Death card, right? So anyway, what could this be around? Well, you do have this energy here around relationship, okay, that is showing up with the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant. Actually, the Hierophant is a card of marriage. So there could be actually something significant in the relationship aspect of your life that's going on right now. There could be some changes in that area. Now, for others, it's very possible that somebody's interested in you, okay? So what I mean by this is the Knight of Cups, it represents courtship, okay? It represents courtship. It means that somebody's interested in you, Aquarius. Now, this could be in any context, right? So this could be in a work context, right? Somebody's headhunting you. Somebody wants to hire you, okay? They're courting you, right? And actually, that would fit as well for this, because the Hierophant, it can represent big organizations, big companies, groups that you belong to can be found in the Hierophant card as well, right? So it's possible here that there are some massive changes that are going on for you. Now, this may be a case where this has already happened coming into this reading. Sometimes I'll use this first column as the past, but for a monthly, I try to read all of the columns together for the month. So I do see that I actually believe here, because I'm not entirely sure that I'm getting relationship energy. This may be one of these cases where both of those things are happening for you at the same time, but I'm not really getting relationship energy. What I'm getting here is that there is an opportunity. Somebody is interested in you. Basically, I feel like the universe is providing you with an option to change this Ten of Wands devil energy. Okay? Now, there's an option. Okay? So some of you may feel like it's not exactly 100% perfect, right? Like, it's available. We'll try to get when we go to clarify. Let me see if that is fitting in. But I'm feeling like there's an option. The universe is providing you with an option, but you may feel like it's not 100% exactly what you want. Okay? Now, in the middle here, you have the Magician, the Ten of Wands, and the Devil. All right, so the Magician, I like the Magician. Magician is the master manifester. This can really say that you have manifested this transformation in life, which is, with the Death card next to the Magician, you probably have seen this in your mind before, okay? Like, I'm sure many of you have experienced being able to see something in your mind's eye and then actually fulfilling it, right? Like, signing off, you may have seen yourself in a new work position, or in a, married with kids, whatever, right? Like, and then it actually ended up happening, right? So with the Death card and the Magician, that is kind of like a really nice combination for you craving, desiring some sort of change, and actually it happening, right? And here's the thing that I like for you. You're in a strong spot in that you clearly have two very important attributes. I don't really know how else to, the other word's slipping my mind right now, but you clearly have two very important attributes. You're skilled and talented, because the Magician has everything, right, in the palm of their hands. It represents skill, talent, ability. You're skilled and talented, and then the second thing is you have a hard work ethic. Okay, so like you seem to have a good set of attributes in terms of like, okay, do I want to switch my job? Do I want to change my job? Do I want to like move to a new career? It seems like you hit all the check marks, so to speak. Okay, this is something that I feel like wants to come forward in the reading, and I wanted to throw it out there for you, because I wonder if some of you are like in this position right now where something feels a little off, with the Devil card here. The Devil, the Ten of Wands. Like, I'm wondering if some of you are thinking something feels a little bit off, or I wonder if some of you are feeling like, oh no, I can't leave this position, or I would never be able to find something else, or so forth and so on. I wonder if there's some self-doubt creeping in. I wonder if there's some self-doubt creeping in here. But the cards would suggest otherwise, okay? Now, in this final column, you do have the Eight of Swords, you have the Two of Wands, and you have the Six of Swords. Okay, so listen, the universe here is giving you optionality. The universe here is giving you a path, all right? And I think here, with this Ten of Wands Devil card, some of you are realizing that you're overdoing one aspect of your life right now, okay? You're overdoing something. I think for many this will be work, but for just to make sure, because remember this is a broad general reading, just if it's not work, there's an aspect here, if this is your reading, there's an aspect here where you're overdoing, okay? And here's the thing. You have the blindfold on right now, Eight of Swords, okay? Eight of Swords is the card of being in your head, okay? You're in your head about something, okay? Because this person here on the card is surrounded by swords. Each sword is a thought, okay? And it's clouding their vision. It's clouding their judgment, as you see with the blindfold on. All right, so this is the part where, this is kind of like what I was trying to explain earlier just a second ago, which is something feels off, or you can't exactly see it, or maybe there's some self-doubt that's creeping in, okay? So with the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords, that's a great combination, because the Two of Wands is optionality. This person can choose between a path. It's also potential. It also represents potential in the tarot. And then with that, the Six of Swords is a transition in life. So I'm pretty confident here, if this is your reading, that there is a transition that's coming forward, not just because of the Six of Swords, but because the Death card here is diagonal as well. So diagonals are directions you're headed in this spread. Okay, so transformation, you've got a lot on your plate right now with the Ten of Wands, transition here. Okay, so I feel like pretty confident that this is going to be maybe not a part of your December, but it's like the recognition that that's what's happening may be part of December, right? So like the recognition that this is available, that the optionality is here, that I need to make a transition. That, at the very least, I think there's some recognition in December that's happening here. Will it actually happen in December? Maybe, but I'm confident here that this is a part of your future if this is your reading. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at the clarifications portion of this reading. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards here, and then we'll also pull some tarot cards for you. Okay. You have Raguel, Waves of Healing. Be open and vulnerable, as this will initiate healing and harmonious resolution. Okay. Hard to be open and vulnerable when you're in this Eight of Swords energy. Okay. So let's see. Let's see here. You have Daniel, Divine Discernment. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided. Yeah. Amethyst, Metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of detransformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. Okay, metamorphosis, manifestation, this kind of idea here. Vortex of deep transformation, death card, magician. This is a big part of it for you. Like, this is a big part of what's going on for you here in December. Seraphiel, heart of devotion. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Azrael, transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you've overcome. Own your story. Okay, so I like that last message as well. This idea of you wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome, right? Own your story, which is implied with the Ten of Wands. That is implied with the Ten of Wands, right? This person's overcome a lot, and they're continuing forward, and they bring those experiences with them as they, continue to do challenging things. All right, let's go ahead and let's see what else is happening here. We're going to go ahead and pull some tarot cards for you. Now, Aquarius, do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Do hope things are going well for you. Feeling something pretty big for you here, January, February. I am. Feeling something pretty big for you here, January, February. Let's see here. You have the Tower. You have the Six of Pentacles. You have the King of Pentacles. Tower, Six of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's definitely offers and opportunities. What I wanted to say originally, so I might as well just say it. There is money available somewhere. Okay, so there is money available somewhere. And let me explain why. The Six of Pentacles here, yeah, just double check. Yeah, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles, yeah. So the Six of Pentacles here, this represents inflow, outflow. It represents exchange. Either exchange of money, exchange of energy, money coming in, money going out. You can see that this person's engaged in outflow. They are giving, right? They are giving to the people here. And there's also a scale, right? This represents generosity, right? This idea of balance in life. Helping when you can, if you can, right? But for me, as I see, the pentacles going out, for me, this is usually a card of exchange, right? Exchange. So inflow, outflow, connected to money. And you have that here with courtship, okay? The Knight of Cups. So there's very clearly something that wants to return to you in a certain way. That's the way I'm looking at this. There's something that wants to return to you, okay? Now, I want to be very clear. This doesn't feel like a random check being mailed to you. Okay, that could happen. That happens. It happens to people, like a tax refund that you didn't know about, or an inheritance from Uncle Bob that you never met, something like that, right? Like that happens, right? But in this case, like this, what wants to return to you is purely derived from the attributes that you possess as a person, which is this hard work ethic here, Ten of Wands, and you've clearly also worked hard to build skills, talents, and abilities, right? So this is where I'm feeling the exchange coming back in, okay? This is where I feel like this is the source, right? This is the source. This is how it's coming back to you. And you have this here with the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. King of Pentacles, this is usually a person in a position of authority. Usually kings represent someone in authority roles or authority positions, all right? And this is also somebody that has the virtues of hard work, okay? The King of Pentacles is not the most talented person in the room, but they are the person who's going to show up first and leave last, okay? First to arrive, last to leave, okay? And they're going to use their habits and their routines to get to this throne, right? To get here. And so I don't actually think this is you in this position, okay? In this reading, I'm seeing you as the Magician here, all right? That's where I'm seeing you as. And the Ten of Wands. Like these are your cards in this reading. So for me, this King of Pentacles, it may be somebody who can offer you something, like such as an employer, right? Or, yeah, something like that I'm seeing here. Now, the Tower here with the Death card, that's a powerful combination. That's a really powerful combination of cards. People get afraid of these cards, but you have to take everything into consideration. The Tower is a surprise. The Tower is a surprise. It could mean that there's a surprising change happening for you. It also can be this idea of the exposure of a false belief. If there's something that if you're living within a false belief, you don't want to be in that position. So the Tower is actually a positive message in that case because it exposes something that is not helping you, right? So let's see here. You may have realized something, or you may be realizing something in December around like, okay, I need to change this, or this isn't actually, I'm not actually on the path I thought I was on. You know, these sorts of things can show up when you get the Tower, and that's a really powerful realization to kind of undergo. Now you've got the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okay, yeah. Now, Aquarius, do not delay. Okay, do not delay. There's something that you want to put off. You want to kick the can down the road. This reading is saying do not do that. Okay. Now I cannot tell you what to do. Okay. So you have free will over me. You have free will over the tarot. Okay. Over my readings, any reading, you know, astrology, you've got free will, right? So just keep that in mind. But as the reader here, as I'm looking at this, the Page of Swords Devil is literally don't kick the can down the road. Literally do not delay. All right, because Page of Swords, it represents delays. It represents, you know, maybe conversations that come with some news that you don't exactly want to hear in terms of like, it's going to be next month, or you know, something like that, right? But for me, this is inward. This is inward, right? So with the Devil and the Page of Swords, this really supports the idea of this reading, which is there's a window of opportunity available with the Wheel of Fortune. The universe wants to bless you with optionality, with some sort of opportunity here. And that's why I said at the very beginning of this reading, be careful that you do not miss out, right? Intuitively, I felt like that was here. King of Cups person is a reminder that I like, for me, I like that this person's in the ocean and they're calm, cool, and collected, right? Nothing's phasing this person, okay? It's a reminder that you can work through any emotional difficulty or challenge. You know, this is also somebody who leads from the heart space, the King of Cups. So again, kings usually show up in positions of leadership or authority. So this is like an emotional leader, so to speak. And I think this is more about you. Like, yeah, listen, are things going to be exactly easy right now? This reading is pretty deep. Okay, this reading is pretty deep in that you've got the Tower and the Death together. You've got 10 of Cups, King of Cups. 10 of Wands, King of Cups. All right, so could there be challenges? Yeah, there could be. But the overarching message here is that despite there being challenges here, you have all of the tools, everything at your disposal to handle this, you know, in a really positive way. You do. Okay. Again, Knight of Pentacles, I really like that for you. That could indicate that results are coming in, especially with the Magician. Okay. Okay. Now I'm feeling something for you January, February pretty heavily here. But you're having realizations in December, no doubt. Now we've got another king here, 3 kings, King of Swords. We've got the 6 of Wands, and you have the Devil again. All right, the Devil, 6 of Swords. The thing is here, Aquarius, like for you, the transition, it really wants to come forward. You know, like this is underway. Okay, this is underway for you. With the Tower, the Death card, this is a direction you're going right now. All right, and the Devil, it's sort of like maybe you're wanting to pump the brakes, or you're wanting to, you know, go back, retract, or like you may also just be not wanting to undergo the change. All right, but like or go through with something, like go through with something. Maybe you don't want to go through with something. But the cards are saying that is going to be a sort of self-sabotage moment, okay? To put it bluntly, and honestly. So again, if this is your reading, if this is hitting with you, there's something that the cards want you to push through, right? And, you know, again, after this reading, you'll decide if that makes sense for you or not, you know, moving forward. Now, with the 6 of Wands, I like this. This is a victory in the tarot. It's also a celebration. And, you know, for me, it's like as soon as you choose this path, all the universe is going to conspire to get you there. I believe that. And you stick to it here. King of Swords and the Eight of Swords, this is something that maybe you want to put on your agenda for December, is that like the way that I'm looking at this is there's like a cutting energy here. Okay, if you're in your head, you can put this on your agenda if you want. If you're in your head about something, is there an opportunity for you to step away so that you can cut through that indecision, whatever's holding you back, whatever's mentally blocking you? You know, like if you can recognize that, that would be, I think, pretty big for you. You then here have the Six of Cups as well. Six of Cups is about the past, okay? It's reminiscence on the past. Some of you may be visiting your homeland or, you know, the place you were born, old family. Makes sense for December, you know, for many people. But let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's take a look at the Kipper cards here. Okay, you have Thief, main male, high honor, main female, unexpected income, and lovers. Go ahead and clarify that Thief card. Yeah, you know, the thing is that at the very start of this reading, I was talking about work-life balance, you know. I was talking about work-life balance here, and it's almost like that something's being stolen from you in a certain way, right? Like maybe your time is, you're devoting yourself, and I say stolen from you, but you're kind of contributing to this in a way because you really, really are in something, right? Like you're really, really in something, you know, whether that's overworking or in the relationship to, you know, going too deep into a relationship or, you know, like, I don't know what it is for you, but there is something here where you can't focus your attention in another area because you're all in on one thing, right? I think for many it's an occupation or your job. I think for many that's resonating here. Having said that, you do have counterparts, main female, main male. That's right. So you have counterparts, you have lovers. For some, this may all be about relationship stuff. But I love unexpected income and high honor. Here, message of concern. This may be something around a delay or something along those lines as you do have the Page of Swords. I do see that there could be like a minor pay bump. This isn't like hitting the lottery or anything like that, the unexpected income card. It is like, you know, maybe a bonus, right? Christmas bonus or whatever it is, like depending on where you work or, you know, something extra that may come in. But high honor fits this reading really well because, again, I say you have like two things that are really showing up for you in a positive position. That is your skill and your talent, and also your hard work. And that would hit with the high honor card. So on the bottom, you do have wealthy man. This can connect to your investments, but I'm seeing that as the King of Pentacles. I think somebody wants to offer you something. All right, Aquarius, thank you so much for being there. Hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.